Hey guys, it's Jalen. Welcome or welcome back. Today I have an update to my plan to pan for 2024. I'm going to link the introduction to this project up here in the cards, but I had decided I pulled out a bunch of products that I want to either like get a usage goal on, hit pan, etc., or finish for the year, and I've broken them up by category. So I am going to share with you how things are going, what I finished so far, what I'm working on, etc. We'll see how I'm doing. So we're going to start with face primers. I had pulled in 4 face primers to finish, and I finished 2 so far. So the first one was the Too Faced Hangover RX primer. I really do love this primer. I think it's a bit overpriced at $40 or whatever it is, $38. It's a lot, but I do enjoy it, and I have seen this at TJ Maxx, so I don't know if it's going to be going away, but I think the last one I bought half off, so thoroughly enjoyed that. Then I finished the Tatcha Liquid Silk Canvas, and this one is a deluxe size. It has a total of 10 grams. I love this. Love. I want a full size because I love this. But I'm not buying one until I get through more of my primers. He's back. He has lipstick on now. The other 2 I'm working on. The first one, well, there's one I'm working on, one I haven't started working on. So the Smashbox Photo Finish Light Primer. This is the deluxe size. It has 15 mils, I want to say. Yeah. And I'm working my way through it. It's the one I'm currently focusing on. And I would say I'm about here. So this one should be done, I would think, by the end of this month. We will see. Now, whoops, the one I haven't started using yet is the IT Cosmetics number 50 Serum Anti-Aging Collagen Veil Primer. So this one has no use yet. I will probably start working on this one, maybe not right after the Smashbox, because I have some other smaller, like deluxe size primers I want to get through that are in my 100 Colorful Empties. But it's going to be, I'll have progress on it before the next time I do an update on this project. Then let's move on to eye primers. I had rolled in 4 eye primers. No, I'm sorry, 3 eye primers, because 2 are very close to being done, and then 1 is a deluxe size. And I was like, oh, it'd be nice to get all 3 of these done. And I have so far finished 2 out of the 3. So the first one is the Smashbox 24-Hour Photo Finish Primer. I really do like this one. I think I have one more of these, but this one's finished. Then I have the Lorac Behind the Scenes Eye Primer. This one is also finished. This is the one that I had a really good amount of usage on. So it is finished. And then the one that I am working on now is another deluxe size of the Lorac Behind the Scenes Eye Primer. Like I said, I really do like this one. I don't know that I would go out and buy a full size unless I saw it on sale. I really do like the Milani Eye Primer too. So that's kind of a nice affordable one. And I like Smashbox. And I actually just found a bunch of the Too Faced Shadow Insurance at TJ Maxx. So I don't need to buy eye primers anytime soon. So those are the 3 eye primers that I rolled in. So 2 out of 3. I have 1 left. Now moving on to concealers. I have 5 that I want to finish this year. And so far I have finished 3. Now one of them is a corrector. This is the Smashbox Color Correcting Stick in the shade Light Peach, I think. This one is a really nice pencil, and I could still sharpen this, but let me tell you guys, I sharpen this and it falls out, and I sharpen it and it falls out. It's all crumbly. I can barely sharpen this as it is because it just doesn't want to turn. I'm over it. This is done. It's done. The 2 other concealers that I have finished, the Catrice Liquid Camouflage High Coverage Concealer. This was in the shade number 5 Light Natural, and this was fine, not a favorite. I just didn't enjoy the consistency. I felt like it was a little bit drying. And then recently I finished the Urban Decay Naked Skin Weightless Complete Coverage Concealer. This was in light neutral. Hallelujah, this is done. I think this is my last of these Urban Decay Naked Concealers. I have a color corrector, which is what I'm working on now, but this is the last of the regular concealers. Thank goodness. I did take out the stopper. I put it back in so it wouldn't get everywhere, but hopefully you can see the windowing there. It's all done. Let's see if you can see in there. And the doe foot on my color corrector broke off, so I just replaced it with this one. All right, and then I have two others that I want to finish this year. I have the Ulta Beauty Full Coverage Liquid Concealer in light neutral. I do have really good progress on this one. You can see some windowing all the way down here, but this does still have the stopper in, so there's still a pretty decent amount of product in here, and I'm not working on this one now, but I am working on this one, the Tarte Shape Tape in the shade Fair Light Neutral. So this is one I was actually mixing with the Urban Decay. So this one is, I think, a little bit light for me right now. There's still plenty of product in here, nowhere close to taking out the stopper. I think mixing these two would still be too light for me. So I may have to pull in another concealer to work on to mix with either one of these. But these two are still ones I'm working on. Next up are foundations. Now I pulled in, let's see, 6 to finish. I don't know what I was thinking. I think I was like, oh, I have progress on some of these, and I know I finished, you know, a decent amount of foundations last year, but I don't know how this is going to work out, you guys. I'm a little crazy. The first one, this is the one that, well, there's two that I have really good progress on. The first is the Lancome Tint Idol Ultra Wear Makeup Stick. And this one I have been using as a mixer. This packaging is broken. It drives me crazy. Anyway, that is how much is left in here. I think I've probably used a third. If I can get to go back down. So I don't really use this on its own. I use it, like, I'll swipe a couple of lines on my face and then I mix it. Like right now I'm mixing it with the Marc Jacobs foundation. I am about down here. I don't know if you guys, these were some progress lines that have since gone away, but I think I'm about here now. This bottle is frosted, but you can kind of see the line of where the foundation is settling. So I'm mixing, I use the Lancome on my, like, put a couple swipes on. Then I mix this Marc Jacobs and then this one, which is very close to being done. The Revlon Color Stay in the shade number 200. You can see I'm starting to scrape down the sides. This one is, the foundation really does cake on the sides here. So I don't need to go digging very much to get product on the, whatever this thing is. So it's still, I think this will be done before the next update, before the next time I talk about this project, which is 3 months from now. And maybe the Lancome. Maybe these still be done. The other ones I'm working on here and there, I think the one I've worked on the most, and actually I see really good progress on this. These other two I haven't really touched much, but this one, the Physicians Formula Healthy Foundation, this is in the shade LC1. Now I am seeing a little bit of a progress line maybe here. You can kind of see this is like a doe foot applicator. So it's kind of hard to see where you are, but let's see. Yeah, like, I don't know if you guys can tell, but there's some windowing here, and I think I'm maybe halfway done with this. That would be amazing. So that's the one I've made. Like, those are the four foundations, excuse me, that I've used a lot. These two I really haven't. The Herborian BB Cream in the shade Claire. I like to use this as a mixer, but I haven't really had to mix it very much because I've got these two lighter foundations that I've been using as mixing. And then this one is the Flower Beauty Light Illusion Luminous Makeup All Day Wear in the shade Porcelain. I think this is a dark foundation for the name Porcelain. I just don't find it to be super light. So this one I haven't been focusing on. I feel like it'll be a better one maybe in the fall. And I do have progress on this one. You can see I'm about halfway done. So I think I'll probably save that one to later in the year and work on these other 5 or 6, or no, 5, to try to see how much progress I can make. So we'll see how I do. Hopefully these 2 are both gone before I update this in early July. Okay, moving on to powders. I have 5 powders that I want to finish. I do have 1 powder that is done. That is the Pure 4-in-1 Pressed Mineral Makeup in the shade Porcelain. I'm so glad this is finished. I do not like this powder. I ended up mixing it with, like, breaking it up and mixing it with a loose powder, the RCMA No Color Powder, and then using that to set my primer, eye primer, because I don't like this at all. I'm so glad it's done. I just finished it the other day. Then I have the La Mer powder, La Mer's The Powder, and I'm slowly working my way through this. There is still a decent amount of powder in here, but as you can see, we're starting to get to like the very, very kind of thin layer, a very thin layer of this. But of course, when I do this business, there's still a decent amount. Let's see if I can straighten this up. I'm about here. So, you know, there's progress that I can see, which is great. But this is going to take, well, actually, now that I've flattened it out, I think you can kind of see my progress there. I don't want to make a mark until I update this in the project that it's in. But you can see I do have fairly decent progress on this. And we're starting to get to like the thin portion of this giant container. The other powders that I am working on, I just started working on this recently, is the Maybelline Fit Me powder, which I have frankened with the By Terry Hyaluronic Hydra powder because I don't like this powder at all. It just looks terrible on my skin. So I mixed it with the Fit Me by Maybelline. And so I finished half of them already. This is the second half. And I've just started to work on this as like my setting powder after before I do bronzer, blush, highlighter, powder, all that stuff. So this is what I'm working on now. I don't think I'll have this done anytime soon, but I'm working on it. And then I had also pulled in, which I don't know why I did this, but I did, the MAC, they called this the Mineralize Foundation Loose Powder in the shade Extra Light. This may end up being something I use to set my eyeshadow primer as well. Just depends on the powder itself and how much, whether I like it on my face or not. Those are the 5 powders I'm working on. Well, 1 of which is done, so I'm down to 4. Yay. Okay, moving on to bronzers. So I had identified 3 bronzers I wanted to work on, 2 of which I want to finish, 1 of which I wanted to hit pan on. And I did hit my goal on 1 of these. So I did hit my goal of hitting pan on this Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush bronzer in the shade Medium. So that is my pan. I'm so excited. This is a very thin like pan. So hitting pan took me a while, but it didn't take me as long as I thought it would. Like once I hit it, then there was this giant pan. It was very thin because it's such a big, anyway, you know what I'm trying to say. Then I have 1 cream bronzer I'm trying to finish. This is the Tarte Breezy Cream Bronzer in Seychelles. This is a deluxe size, and I'm working on this, and I'm doing fairly well on this, I think. That is my progress. I don't think I'll have this done before the next update in July, but we will see. I'm going to continue to work on it as usual. And then I also have a bronzer in this Ambient Lighting Edit Sculpture Palette by Hourglass. And I want to finish this bronzer here, which is the bronzer and Natural Bronze Light. Now, I don't know if you're going to be able to tell, but I have been using this. Let me flip it like here. I've been mixing these 2 powders together, and I do have flattening going right on this portion of the pan. And that's because I take my brush and I just swipe and grab both powders. And so this one is it's coming along. There's the shade there. It's a bit dark for me, which is why I'm mixing those 2. So yeah, I'm super excited about how this is coming along. After I hit pan in the Charlotte Tilbury powder, this is the one I've been focusing on. Moving on to blushes. So I had 4 blushes I identified to make progress on, and then 1 palette where I have 2 blushes I want to make progress on as well. So let me start with the ones I want to finish. By NARS, I have this liquid blush in the shade Orgasm. I've been saying blush, right? Anyway, this one, you can see where I was last time, and I am here now. This is really, really close. Actually, I'm not as far down as I thought I was. It's close. It's still going to take time to finish. So that's where I am now. And I don't use this all that often. I do use it here and there. I go through spurts. And I don't think I'll have a problem finishing that one. This one is another one I want to finish. It's another cream bronzer by Wander Beauty. It's the On The Glow cream blush in the shade Bear. So it comes in this stick duo. There's a highlighter on this side. And here is the blush. That is how much I have left. And I'll swatch this for you in a minute. That is how much I have used. I typically like to use this as my blush draping blush. There's the shade there. It's really lovely. It's a lovely color. It blends really easy. Really nice. So that's what I've been using as a blush draping blush. I really have been enjoying that. I'm sorry, I forgot to mention, I do have one that I hit my goal on. So my goal was to hit pan on this Super Shock cream blush. This is in the shade Birthday Suit. And I did hit pan on this. One of these went bad on me, but this one's still good. You can see I actually have 2 pans there. Double pan. So anyway, this one is goal met there. Then I have the Benefit. I keep wanting to say Huda Beauty, but it's the Benefit Hula Bronze. No, not Hula. It's the Benefit Rockateur blush. So I do have pan in this one, as you can see, and I would love to get this finished. This is a blush from my first Benefit blush palette. So there's the shade there. I have not touched this yet. So no progress on this. I have to store it. Right now I'm storing it in a separate magnetic palette. And then lastly, I want to hit pan and 2 more blushes in this Tarte Amazonian Clay Color Wheel palette. I previously had hit these 2 pans and I want to hit 2 more. So the 2 that I think I'll hit pans in, I haven't really identified them, but this is what I think. The shade Mod, this one I have in a project for 50 uses. I think it's 50 and I haven't started using it yet. So that one, and then I'm not sure the other one, it may end up being Surreal. This is a really good mixer because it's a light cream and these are darker. So I may end up mixing some of these together to see what that looks like. I kind of like to go in here and do some mixing. That's really pretty. And I'll just dip my brush into a couple of the shades and mix things around. But yeah, definitely Mod, I think, is going to be the first one I hit pan in, and then we'll see where I end up going from there. So yeah, 1 blush out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 that I've identified either to hit pan or finish. Now let's do highlighters. So I have 4 identified that I wanted to make progress on. The first 2 were just to hit pan, and I have hit my goals on both of these. The Makeup Forever Pro Light Fusion Undetectable Luminizer. I think this is the shade number 1. So here's the packaging. And I don't remember when I hit pan on this, but it wasn't too long ago. I think it's hard to see. Well, I had pan in it and it's disappeared. I'm going to have to use this a couple more times because I had pan in it and it's gone now. Hold on. Okay. I'm going to put this on my face, but it's right there. You can see a silver something. A little more glow. Yeah. It's there, you guys. It's there. I don't know if you can see it, but it's there. And then the second one I hit pan in is the Wet n Wild Mega Glow Highlighting Powder in the shade Blossom Glow. And this one has a pretty decent sized pan, you can see. I love this highlighter. It's gorgeous. Now the two that I'm working on to finish, one is a liquid highlighter. This is the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Beauty Light Wand in the shade Spotlight. So this tends to like get air back in here, so I'm not going to worry about it. But the last time I measured this, I was down to here. So really close to finishing this. Hopefully I'll have it done before the next time I talk about this project. And then the second highlighter I rolled in to finish, this was kind of stupid, but it's prompting me to work on it. The Dior Skin Nude Air Luminizer in the shade number 002, which was Pink Glow. And I do have really good progress on this, but I am nowhere near finishing. I think I had a tiny pan when I started working on this, so the pan is definitely expanded. But yeah, there's a lot of product in here. I don't think it's going to happen, but I'm going to try. I'm going to try. It's the only powder highlighter I have in a project to get like substantial use on. I have a highlighter right now to get like 10 uses on, but that's it. That's really my focus highlighter this year. And then I think the next thing I have are brow products. So I identified 4, all to finish. I have finished one of these. This is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Clear Brow Gel. It was a deluxe size. And I really do like this one. I picked up a full size in the like Ulta's Beauty Steals thing because it was half off. I really would like to get the one from Benefit, but this one was half off, so I picked that one up. Then I have 3 others. The first one is the Benefit Gimme Brow. This is in the shade 4.5. This is the one I'm working on right now. I'm using this like a brow gel, even though it's a tinted one, and it's going strong. There's a ton of product in here. I won't be finishing this anytime soon. And then I have 2 pencils. The first one I have been using. This is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wiz in dark brown. And this one is close. Actually, it's really close. That's how much I have left. I didn't realize that. That's how much I have left. So this one will be done before the end of this month. And then the second one I have is another pencil by Ulta Beauty. This is the Ultra Slim Brow Pencil in dark brown. So I haven't even taken the packaging off of this. But I want to finish those 2 pencils. Okay, guys, the camera probably moved, and I think I refreshed my lip, and it's more pink. Actually, it's in this Plan to Pan as well, so I'll talk about that here in a minute. But I did collect everything else, so I had to take a little bit of a break and clear things off. Anyway, so next up are my eyeliners, and I want to finish 10. Now, I do have some progress. I have finished 2. The first one I have finished is this Maybelline Master Precise All Day Liquid Liner. This was actually not bad. I quite enjoyed using that. I also finished the Clinique Quick Liner for Eyes Intense. Oh, the cats are doing something. Anyway, this is finished as well. This one was very soft, so I wouldn't repurchase that one. I have a couple that are close. Well, this one's definitely close. This is the, I mean, you can't even tell. It's the Gwen Stefani. No, it's, yeah. It's the Gwen Stefani Give Eye Pencil in the shade Spiderwebs. That is all that is left. I love this pencil, but look how much I'm still able to sharpen it. I love it. This is a beautiful, like, stay in your waterline pencil. I'm wearing this in my waterline right now, as well as this one. Actually, I layered this one on first. This is the Mary Kay, a sample. It may have been a full size that I got, but this is in the shade Navy. And let's see, let me see if I can show you how much is left. There's still plenty left in here. I layered this first. I have no idea what my progress is because I didn't measure these. I'm just trying to finish them. Oh my God, this takes forever to roll down and roll up. Oh yeah, I've made progress. I've made really good progress. You can't even see where the pencil is in the, I need like 14 twists to get it there. Hey, that's pretty good. I'm feeling pretty happy about that. There's still a lot of product though. Then I have the Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On Eye Pencil in Voodoo. And this is how much is left in here. So I put the Mary Kay one on and then I layered this on top of it. And I really do like that combination. So those two I'm working on. I have been using this one as well. This is the MAC Technicolor liner in Raisinette. And I do have pretty good progress on this one as well. Ooh, this one's looking really good. That is how much is left. Ooh, that makes me very happy. Love that. I kind of use this in like as a replacement for black, which is why I haven't finished that the Gwen Stefani Give one yet. Then I've been working on I have all of these in my drawer. I just kind of grab one that I think will work with my eye look. The Sephora eye pencil in the shade Love Affair. So this was a deluxe size, and that is how much is left. I'm sorry, I'm not swatching these because I hurt my back and it's not happy. And so I'm just trying to, film what I can. The last one that I have some progress on is the Physicians Formula Custom Eye Enhancing Eyeliner. This is like a bronzy shade. I am going to be very surprised if I finish this. There's still a good amount in here. Hi, Marley. And Ziggy's here too. I think Milo's in the window. Yeah, this one's a little bit more challenging for me to wear. I typically will put it on whenever I do like really neutral looks or really simple looks. So it's just not something I use very often. And the last item I'm working on, and I have not cracked open yet, is this Kat Von D tattoo liner in the shade Trooper Black. I thought I have finished one of these, but this is my last one, I think. So I rolled it into finish. So that's how I'm doing with the eye pencils. So I have 2 done and I have 8 to go. Moving on to mascaras, I had rolled in, let me count these up. I had rolled in 15 to finish. Most of these were deluxe sizes. I have finished 4. 2 deluxe sizes, 2 full sizes. So the full sizes I have finished are the Urban Decay Lash Freak mascara. This one's not my favorite. It's just, the formula was okay. It's the wand. I don't like this wand. It's just a little bit, it's odd. And it's kind of difficult to use. So that one's not my favorite. But, the formula was fine. And then I finished the Tarte Lights Camera Lashes. I just finished this in the last month. This is a great, great formula. I love this. The 2 deluxe sizes that I finished were the Too Faced Better Than Sex deluxe size. Love this mascara. Will repurchase. And the Benefit Roller Lash. This one's okay. This particular tube was better than other tubes I've used. I really like this for my lower lash line, but I still don't think I would still repurchase it. Oh, I forgot to mention another eyeliner. I'm so sorry. This is a liquid liner from Bite Beauty, the Upswing liner. I've actually started using this. For me, it's a little bit of a learning curve just because it's like the ink is down here and this is it's just a little bit of a learning curve for me. So I've used it a couple of times, but I have not used it very much. All right, moving back to the mascaras. So I talked about the 4 that I finished. I am working on the 3 others. I'm working on the Kat Von D Go Big or Go Home mascara. I really like this a lot. I have this on my lashes today. It's actually the 3rd coat. So I have this currently as my base coat, which is the Lancome Monsieur Big mascara. And then I put this, I did 2 layers of the Lancome one and then I did 1 layer of this. But I've been using this one pretty much for the last month as my base mascara and I have really enjoyed it. It's getting to the end of its life, which is why I switched to the Monsieur Big, because this one, when I used it yesterday alone, my lashes felt really brittle towards the end of the day. So I tried this combination today to see how that would work. So yeah, then I've got the Monsieur Big, as I mentioned, and I'm using this one on my lower lash line, the Lancome Idole. Is this in here? Yeah. The Lancome Lash Idole mascara. This one's fine. The wand on here is really nice for lower lash line, but I think the formula is a little bit weak for me. Like, it doesn't really give me a lot of volume. It maybe does really good. It may do really well with lengthening, but I prefer volumizing mascaras. So this one's an okay one for me. So I am enjoying it on the lower lash line though. Now, the other ones that I have in this project that I have not used, I just rolled this one into another project. I have two of these actually. The Estee Lauder Sumptuous Extreme Lash Multiplying Volume Mascara. So I have these two. One of these is now in a project. So I'll probably at least have one of those finished before July. Then I have the Milani Highly Rated Anti-Gravity Mascara. I don't know anything about that one. Wait, did I even show it? There we go. The Clinique High Impact Mascara. Historically, this one has not been a favorite for me. I don't really like this one, but I want to get it finished. Then I have the Rare Beauty mascara. I think somebody commented on my first video that this was not very good, so we will see. And then the last deluxe size I have is the MAC Stack mascara, and I think these are all the deluxe sizes left in my collection, which is crazy pants. Then I have two full sizes left. I have the Tarte C Surfer Curl Mascara and the Milk Makeup Rise Mascara. So those are all the mascaras that are still left in this project, 3 of which I'm working on. I don't think I'll have a problem finishing these, but it is going to take me quite a while to get through them. All right, moving on to like eyeshadow or eye bases. I didn't put like any eyeshadows in, like powder eyeshadows really in here because I have my Pan That palette and that's kind of where I'm focusing on using up eyeshadow. But I did have one that was kind of a base powder eyeshadow. That is this MAC Blanc Type, and I just finished this. I'm so excited. This is probably a spoiler for it's a spoiler for a project. I don't remember which one though. Anyway, it's finished. I used it the last time today. I finished a MAC eyeshadow. Then I have, let's see, 3 others. Well, 2 other like creamy products. This is the Mally Shadow Stick Extra in the shade Over the Taupe. So I really want to get this one finished. I am making pretty good progress on this. And, oh, that is how much is left. Oh, that's very exciting. Yay! I typically like to rub this on my finger and then pat it on my lid before I do like a glitter primer. And then the other product that I had in was this Stila Glittering Glow this was a Shimmering Glow. Where's the original container? Milo! He has tape stuck to his tail. Milo! He's just staring at it. Milo! Oh gosh, okay. Show him your tail. Let's get it off. I'm so sorry. You had tape stuck to you. I'm so look, he's so embarrassed. Okay. Shh. It's okay. I got you. It's all right. Honey, I know. Okay, you can go. Shh, calm down. That was my fault. I had some tape I didn't end up using and he got stuck on it. No wonder he ran in here like hell on wheels. Oh my goodness, that was funny. Okay. I don't know where my container is for this. Oh, there it is. It's the Stila Shimmer and Glow in the shade Freedom. So here's the container. I put it in this little thing and I have not really used very much of it. I've used it a little bit here and there, but I want to finish it. And the last thing in the eyeshadow eye base category is I just talked about wanting to get some progress on this Lorac Shine Bright palette. And I'm really happy because I do have progress on this since I showed this to you last time. I actually finished the shade Royalty, right? That's the shade Royalty? Yeah. So that shade is finished out of here. And I have used some of these shades here and there. I think I have some progress on this. matte shade in the shade Mahogany because I had it in my NFL project to hit pan and I'm sorry, to finish. That did not happen. But I did widen the pan. So, I did widen the pan. So anyway, oh, and the other thing, I did take a little bit of the shade Fizz and I mixed it in with a Wet n Wild shadow that I'm trying to finish. So, and I'm working on that one pretty regularly. So yeah, there is progress on the Lorac palette. I want to continue to keep it like front of mind so that I remember to use it. So those are all the eye products. Moving on to lips. I'm going to talk to you about my lip liners. I have not finished any of these yet, but some of these are really close. So I have 6 that I'm working on. And I'm going to show you the ones that are close first. This is the Essence, I don't know what they call this, but the shade is Satin Mauve. So here is what is left in here. And there is the pencil. And it's a really pretty color. You know, it's a little bit dry, so I added some Durline to it, and that really helped. But yeah, this one's close. It's not done yet. I think I used that one earlier today. Then I have the Sephora colorful liner in the shade Lovely Lilac, I think. Is that what it says here? Yeah, Lovely Lilac. So that is how much is left in this one. And this one's also a nice shade. It's better for fall winter, so this one may get kind of put to the side until we roll back around to the fall winter. Then I have some really good progress on the MAC lip pencil I'm working on. This is in the shade Whirl, and this is how much is left in here. I actually think I might need to sharpen this one, but yeah, this one is coming along. I really do like this pencil quite a bit. I think the one that I have the next amount of progress on is the Jordana Easy Liner for Lips. This is the shade Baby Berry. And that is how much is left in here. So this one's nice because it's a, mechanical pencil. You don't have to worry about sharpening. I like that. And then the next 2, these are the ones that have the most product from ColourPop. I have the Lippy pencil in the shade Bound. And this one's really nice. I quite enjoy this color. It's a nice one for spring. Well, I say that and it's kind of dark. Never mind. And then this is the one that would be for spring, summer. This is the MAC lip pencil in the shade Edge to Edge. I have a couple of these, which is why I wanted to work on finishing this one. I don't know if it's going to happen this year because MAC lip pencils take forever to finish, but I am trying to get some progress on it. So those are all the lip pencils. I'm hoping to have the Essence one finished and maybe Whirl finished before the next time we talk about this. I kind of keep all of them in this little drawer that I have with my turn and burn stuff, and I usually grab one of these each day to as my first lip product that I put on. So that's why I'm getting some good progress on them. Moving on to the lip glosses. I have 7 lip glosses that I wanted to finish, one of which I have finished. Now I think I think I wrote down the wrong name, but this is ColourPop Nonsense. I know this is the one that I wanted to finish because it was really close the beginning of the year. So this one is finished. I'm so excited. Yay, done. Now the other ones I am not finished, and I do have progress on some of these, but not all. This one has some progress. Buxom's Dominique. Now this one was a clear gloss, but as you can see, it's now a pink tinted gloss because I've used it to make matte colors not so matte. But yeah, that one, I've got some progress on it, but not enough to call it. It's not done. Then from Marc Jacobs, I have a deluxe size of Sugar Sugar. Now this one, I did have in a project to try to finish, and I didn't get to that, but it's about halfway done. I think I'm about here. So this one's definitely kind of on the docket to finish. Then I have another ColourPop Ultra Glossy Lip. This is in the shade, this is Master Plan. I think I wrote the wrong names down for these ColourPop. Anyway, this is Master Plan. This one is really close. I mean, it's still needing to settle, but I think it's about here. It's just a little bit of a darker shade. So sometimes it's a little bit hard to wear, but I do want to get this one finished. There's one that I don't have here, but I don't want to go digging for it or like looking because again my back hurts and it's not worth my time. It's the NYX Angel Food Cake Butter Gloss. I have it somewhere. I'm using it. I just don't know where it is, but not enough to be able to show you kind of progress. And then the last one that I'm working on that I'm kind of calling a gloss is this L'Oreal Infallible Paints in the shade Nude Star. So this was one, now you guys, I was like, oh, I can finish this. There's a ton of freaking product in here. But that's my progress. You can kind of see my lines are rubbed off, but that's my progress. I'm just a little worried that like all of this product will take me forever to finish. Oh, I'm sorry, I have one more. So we will see on that one. This one I haven't started using yet. This is the Laura Geller Color Luster Lip Gloss in the shade Cookie Dough. So I still have all of these glosses to work on. All right, now for liquid lipsticks, I have two and I have not, I think I've used some of these, but I've used a couple of these, I should say, but like a couple of times. That's what I'm trying to say. But these still have plenty of product in there, so not much to say there. Moving on to lipsticks, and this is the last category. So I have, let's see, 15 lipsticks on here that I want to finish, and I haven't finished any. So let me talk about what the ones I have. I have Urban Decay Sheer Lady Flower. This is the Revolution lipstick. This is almost done, as you can see. It's almost done. I think that's in a project now for a usage goal. Then I have 5 from By Beauty. The first one is Sake. This one is Close. As you can see, that is all that is left in here. I love this one. We'll be really sad when it's gone. What I'm wearing right now is Dragon Fruit. I'm trying to get some uses on this. It is also very close, as you can see. And then I have the shade Pink Salt. This one I've been wearing a lot lately. It's beautiful, but there's still a ton of product in here. So it's going to take a little bit of time, but I think I may shift my focus to these two. Pink Salt is in a project to finish. These two I don't think are. So I really want to, because they're so close, I really want to get those done. Then I have one of these lip crayons in the shade No Nino. This is like the Power Move one. And this one's also close. That's all that's left in here. I have one that I'm going to show you here in a minute that's been my focus lately. Then I have a deluxe size of the Amuse Bouche lipstick in the shade Gazpacho. And that is how much is left in here. I'm just making sure that there's no weirdness on here. It doesn't look like it. I think it's my lipstick that I use. Anyway, this is a beautiful red, but there's still plenty in here. All right, moving on to some Clinique lippies. This is one I've been focusing on. So this is these deluxe size of their Clinique Pop lippies. This one is a cream formula in the shade Mocha Pop. This is almost done. I mean, you guys look at this. I mean, I have like maybe 3 or 4 uses before it starts really scraping my lips. So this one, very close. That's what I've been focusing on. I haven't touched this one. This is the same formula in the shade Love Pop. I think I have some progress on this from rolling it into a project, but I haven't used it since the beginning of the year. There's that shade. It's really pretty. It's great for spring, summer. Then from Marc Jacobs, I have the La Marque Lip Creme in the shade Slow Burn. Whoops, this way. And I did work on this a little bit in another project. I think I rolled it in for 5 uses. So that has some progress. I haven't touched this one. The Tom Ford Lip Color Matte in the shade Thomas. But there's definitely some progress on this, but there's still tons of product in here. There we go. Then I have the Kat Von D, oh gosh, Studied Kiss lipstick in the shade Magic. Now this one is actually, this is what this is looking like, but it was a broken lipstick and I took some of that and put it in my little Voisette palette, and it's this shade right here. So you can see I do have a pan in that one, and I typically tend to use that one fairly often because it's a nice mixer shade. I'll swatch a little bit of this so you can kind of see it's a nice like pink nude. It's right here. So it's a really good mixing shade. So I'll continue to use it in this guy, and hopefully I can get it finished this year. Then for MAC, I have two. I have the shade Mare and the shade Brave. So Mare is this one. That's how much is left in here. And there's the shade. It's a really pretty shade. It's, again, good for summer. And then Brave is another one that's going to be good for summer, and that is how much is left in there. I have used these a little bit here and there, but they haven't been my focus. So there's that shade. So yeah, I think I'll have this one finished before the next time, and I would love to have these two Bite Beauty lipsticks finished. Actually, these three would be great because this one's really close. And I think that's going to be my goal for lipsticks. Oh, I have one more. I'm so sorry. This is the Revlon Super Lustrous lipstick, whatever they call these, in the shade Sassy Mauve. I forgot about this one. It's beautiful. Again, almost finished. I tried to roll in lipsticks that were really close so I could get these rolled out of my collection. So that is everything for my Plan to Pan. Woo! Long video. I'm so sorry. But we've, made progress in certain categories. Some I have very little progress on. But hopefully some of these will get, finished before the July update. Anyway, that is going to be it for today. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you're doing well and staying safe. Please hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.